Welcome to this session of mindfulness, awareness, and compassion practice. What we'll do today, like we do in most sessions, is start with getting centered, settled, grounded. Then from there, open up to our body, environment, and the relationship between them. Then we'll see where we go with working with thoughts, working with emotions that arise within that space of awareness of body, environment, and the relationship between them. And then a little bit of, we'll conclude with some compassion practice, which I think most people can agree is sorely needed these days, if not always. I mean, it's always needed, but there's so much tumult and aggression and violence in the world that, and I think that because we have so much access to communication and instant news, that it feels like we're bombarded with it. One wonders, over the years, if there's really that much more aggression in the world. And everything moves in waves. So there are periods of relative peacefulness and then periods of tumultuous periods like now. So working with that as in a compassion practice, the interesting thing about it is the first person who benefits is ourselves, because we're working with our own emotions and feelings about this. And when we generate compassion for others, it's a positive experience for ourselves. And then it also moves us into the ability to be more there for others. There's both empathy and sympathy. Empathy is being able to feel what others are feeling. And sympathy is feeling sadness for what they're going through. So compassion is kind of a combination. And what we're going to work with is two elements. One is kindness, and the other is compassion. And kindness is the wish for others to have well-being, happiness, peace, health. Compassion is the wish that others and ourselves, because we want to be kind to ourselves as well, the wish for others and ourselves to be relieved of suffering. So those two elements are what we'll work with. Now, to begin with, let's start with our first element, which is our posture. And we do this practice sitting up because if there are practices that people do lying down, but it engenders sleepiness. And standing up engenders wanting to move. And there is a walking meditation. I know there are a number of golfers on here, and one of the things that I advocate is as you're walking between shots, to put your awareness on your lower body, your feet and your legs, and feel the ground as you're walking. It kind of gets you out of your head and into your body and works with the feeling. And then you don't have to think about what you just did or what you're going to do until you get a little closer to where your ball is. So if you're sitting up, unless you really need to, if you can, sit up without leaning back against anything. If you need to lean back, just try to be as upright as you can. And for this section, we're going to close our eyes, but later we're going to have them open. So you want to position yourself and your screen so that you're not looking directly into your screen or your device. So Let your eyes close. We'll start with our torso. We want to be upright but not rigid. And you can feel your sit bones and just let them sink into the seat, the cushion, whatever you're sitting on. And feel a balance. Are you tilted one side more than the other? Find that center place where you're not tilted left or right, you're not tilted forward or back. That's your basic structure. Now, as for your legs and feet, you can cross your feet at the ankles just in front of you, not too tucked in and not stretching out. Pretty much the same distance as your knees are from your hips. And let your knees widen out so that they're lower than your hips. Back to your torso, feeling your shoulders. If you can, without straining, just feel like your breastbone, the center of your chest at heart level, raises up and forward just a tiny bit. You'll notice that your chest opens up, your shoulders pull back a little bit. You might even feel a tiny pinch behind you in your shoulder blades. Now you have an open front and a firm, upright back. And from that position of your shoulders, let your upper arms just hang down. So you're not reaching forward or pulling back. And then let your forearms parallel your thighs so that your hands are palm down on top of each thigh respectively. Now, as for your neck and head, we don't want to be tilted down. We get sleepy. If we tilt back and our chin is up, we get spaced out. And a lot of us spend so much time moving forward, trying to get ahead of ourselves, that our chin is sticking out and we're kind of tilted, we're kind of curved forward. So instead, feel like the back of your neck and the back of your head are a continuation of the straight line of your spine. It's not actually straight, there's a natural curvature to your spine. But imagine it's a straight line from the back of the top of your head, so that the back of your head is straight up and down, your neck is straight up and down, all the way down to your tailbone. Now what will happen is your chin will pull in naturally rather than that chin sticking out, trying to get ahead feeling. So you're more self-contained. Let your jaw relax but not hang wide open so that your lips are either very slightly parted or lightly touching. We're going to breathe mainly through our nose, unless you're stuffed up. But if you can, breathe mainly through your nose. Definitely breathe in through your nose. If a little bit comes out your mouth, that's okay as you exhale. And your tongue can just rest naturally, or there's a traditional placement where you let the tip of your tongue rest very gently against your upper palate just behind your front teeth. It's said that reduces the flow of saliva a little bit. Now, if you need to swallow, just go ahead and swallow. If there's something in your posture that starts to ache and you need to move, go ahead and move. But do it with intentionality. Don't just suddenly impulsively move. Just be aware, I think I need to move. Then move. And then return to the posture. So just explore your body. Feel what it feels like to be in that posture. See if you let your chest sink down. Just put a little effort into that, raising that up. Just check it out from head to toe. Feel what it feels like, how your feet feel, legs, hips, stomach, torso, back, arms and hands, neck and head and face. Now the energy of our breathing, as we breathe in, it's a gathering and an energizing. As we breathe out, it's a settling and letting go. So we're going to use the out breath to clear away any unnecessary tension. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, just feel like all around your head, your face, eyes, ears, cheeks, jaw, neck. Breathe out and let any tension you have just melt and flow down and out of you. On next, breathe in, and as you breathe out, shoulders and arms. Let the tension flow down and out of you. Breathe out, chest and upper back. Keeping some tension to raise that sternum, to open your chest. Breathe out, rib cage and stomach. Breathe out, lower back and deep belly. Breathe out any tension in the pelvic region. Breathe out tension in your thighs, forearms, and hands. Breathe out the tension, knees, calves, ankles, and feet. Now gently move your awareness to a point deep in your core, a couple of inches below your navel, just in front of your spine. Feel the depth as well as the width of your body, front to back as well as side to side. We're three-dimensional beings, not like we see in a mirror. Now, let go of control of your breath and just be an observer. And notice, even on a very gentle breath, there's an expanding or filling in our deep core, and a gentle contracting as we breathe out. Tune into that feeling. Relax into the rhythm of your body breathing itself. A little bit like being at the beach, listening and watching as the gentle surf comes up the beach and gently goes back into the ocean. Up the beach and back into the ocean. Expanding as it fills, contracting as it empties. Just relax with that feeling for a minute or two. As the gong fades, you can readjust your posture if you need to. Now gently let your eyes open. Let them open naturally. Don't intentionally look too far up or too far down. Just let them rest where they naturally rest. And as I said, make sure you're not looking directly into your device. Now we're aware of our body, breathing itself. And we include awareness of where that breath is coming from. As we breathe in, we're drawing in the atmosphere from the room we're in, filling us. And as we empty, our breath goes back out and mixes with the atmosphere. So we're breathing in something that's not us. It becomes part of us, and then we're breathing out something that's part of us into the environment, what's not us. So we start to wonder, is this us and me and not me distinction a little bit too sharp and solid? Feel the breath coming in and filling. Feel the breath emptying and going out into the atmosphere. Something in your field of vision or sounds or bodily sensations might take your attention away from the breathing. Just recognize that and come back. Thoughts might stream through your mind and one can hook you and take you off into a daydream. If that happens, just smile and go, oh, wandering mind. And reconnect with your posture and awareness of the breath coming in and filling, going out and mixing with the environment. We'll do that for a couple of minutes. As the gong fades, again, move a little bit, refresh your posture. And this time, raise your gaze a little bit at or almost at horizontal. Let your attention be more out there than in here. There's still awareness of your body and breathing. But as each breath goes out, ride it out. Let your awareness ride it out and open up. So soften your gaze. Open up your peripheral vision, top to bottom, side to side. Have the intention to be open to your peripheral hearing from all directions, near and far. Bodily sensations are included in that bigger awareness. And thoughts and feelings are also included in that bigger awareness. Let your mind connect with that spaciousness that allows these things to appear and then disappear. Some movement happens in your field of vision, and then it changes. A sound appears, you hear something, and then it changes or disappears. Same thing with your bodily sensations. Same thing with your thoughts. As thoughts come and go, just watch them like you're watching a parade going through the big space of your mind. And again, if you get hooked by one and taken away and find yourself in the parade, at some point that daydream will pop and you're back here. Body, out breath, spacious awareness. We'll do that for a few minutes. If you find your mind overwhelmed with thoughts, make them the object of your attention. Thought appears, look at it, observe it. If it's the past or the future, does it exist now? Is it just a burst of energy, or does it have some solidity to it? Notice its transparency, lack of substance. Without reinforcement, thoughts don't last. As the gong fades, refresh your posture. Maintain that sense of spaciousness. So that we have a big perspective. And now this kindness and compassion practice, it's more of a contemplation than a mindfulness awareness meditation, but it takes place within our mindfulness and awareness. And that is, within that open spaciousness, think of the whole planet. Imagine the sky, daytime blue sky, nighttime midnight blue or black. Every being on this planet is under that same sky. In different places, different views, same sky. We all walk on the same earth. Beings in lakes and oceans, The water is also on the earth. We're all connected to the same planet. Between the earth and the sky, the atmosphere, all moving in that same atmosphere. And as living beings, we all have something in common. We all desire well-being, health, happiness, contentment, security. All the positive feelings you could think of. We all desire to be free from suffering in body and mind, physical pain and illness, mental anguish, frustration, fear. So you can do this with your eyes open or closed. Some people find it helpful to put their hand over their heart center, that place in the center of your chest at heart level. And first tune in to how much we ourselves desire, how much I desire happiness, well-being, how much I desire to be free from suffering and misery. Desire for health and freedom from illness. Desire for safety and freedom from fear and danger. Feel it for yourself. Feel how good those good feelings are, how painful the negative feelings are. And now know that everyone else is going through the same thing. They have the same desires. So rouse in your heart of kindness and compassion the wish, may I and all others have well-being. And even imagine that with each out-breath, your connection to the spaciousness and environment is sending them the seeds of well-being in body and mind. Breathe out, send out well-being. Your capacity to send out well-being is limitless because it's simply well-being. Now, tuning into how much you want to be free from suffering in body and mind. Connect with everyone else who also wants to be free. And imagine as you breathe in that you're drawing out from them all that suffering and the causes of suffering, like poison coming out of a snake bite. It feels good to help others. It feels good to wish for them to be free of suffering. And then you send that goodness back out to them. Share that with them, that good feeling. So more and more you're sending out the good feeling of well-being. More and more you're relieving others and yourself of suffering in your imagination. When our attention is on helping others, our own suffering is lessened. When our attention is being kind to others, we're more kind to ourselves. We conclude this practice by going deeper into the real causes of suffering and happiness in the world, all rooted in ignorance, ignorance of our interconnectedness, ignorance in terms of closed-mindedness. And out of that grows anger, hatred, jealousy, pride, greed, lust for power, numbness to others' feelings. These negative emotions are the causes of all the suffering in the world. all the humanly caused suffering in the world. And all the kindness comes from wisdom, tolerance, acceptance, generosity. Feeling connected, empathy. So imagine that as you breathe in, you can clear the world of all those negative emotions. And as you breathe out, fill it with wisdom, loving kindness, and compassion. And as the gong fades, just let go of your imagination. Come back to your body. Come back to your breathing. Rest your awareness in your core. Just be simply present for a minute. And now we conclude the practice with an aspiration. We want to dedicate what we've done and dedicate ourselves to the future to be better able to help others, which only benefits ourselves as well. So we can say, may the practice we've just done, and you can put this in your own words if you'd like, or repeat after me, may the practice we've just done enable us to be of even more benefit to others than before. And thank you very much for your kind attention in this mindfulness, awareness, and compassion practice.